I am so excited to be here with us today again. Today I want to talk to us about soul tie, and at the end of this video I'm going to give us 3 bonus tips for developing a healthy soul tie. When two people are working together and they're holding their hands together and somebody runs through them or walks through them, what happens? You will notice that the bond between them gets what? Splitted, it gets separated. But that is not how it is with our soul. With our soul, it's that part of us that we cannot see. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 23 tells us that about our soul, our spirit, and our body. So it's very important for us to be very careful the kind of intimacies, associations, and connections we have with our soul. Man is a triune being with a spirit, with a soul, and a body. Just like we take care of our body, we also need to take care of our soul. We cannot see our soul, but we can feel. That is how it is like. So don't expect to stand in the mirror and say, okay, this is my soul, this is my body, this is my spirit. Our spirit and soul are inside of us, but we cannot see it. We can only feel it, and that's great. Soul tie, soul tie, soul tie. Now soul tie, is it good or bad? Soul tie is good, but soul tie can also be bad depending on the way we work with our choices as we form connections in our day-to-day life with activities and people. So let's take examples of good soul tie and bad soul tie so we can differentiate them. A good soul tie is a kind of soul tie that we form with our parents, and also parents with children, and also with our friends, whereby we take care of one another, we watch out for one another, and we connect to one another. A good soul tie is a kind of soul tie or relationship that edifies a person. But a bad soul tie. A bad soul tie is a kind of soul tie that we form with people or things and we have no control over it. Take for instance, maybe you're a student and you love to succeed, but you would do anything to succeed, including bribing your teachers or lecturers or cheating. Now that's a bad soul tie. That's a bad association or relationship to form with your studies. Or for instance, maybe in your relationship with your lover, you have split up and unfortunately the relationship was rough and you had to split up and it's time to move on, but you cannot move on because your lover, he or she has become your food, your clothes, your everything. You can't do without him. You're diffusing yourself in someone else. Well, that's such a bad soul tie to form. So we need to form good soul ties. Now take a good look at David and Jonathan, for example. They had a good soul tie. They had a healthy soul tie that edified each one of them. So we must be careful the kind of soul tie that we form because it's very, very important. You need to understand you're alive for a great reason. Don't forget that. Don't overlook that. Associate yourself with things, people, relationships, family members, objects, website, newspapers, magazines that will build you up positively. Now, like I said I'm going to give us what? 3 bonus tips of cultivating a good soul tie at the end of this video. So let's begin. Tip number 1. Be intentional about the time you spend with other people. Don't just let anybody or anyone or anything take 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of your time. You need to be intentional about the time you spend with other people. For instance, if you want to know, just take a stock of everything you did yesterday or and day before yesterday. Now rate it. The time I spent doing this activity, that activity, was it positively impacting me or was it negatively impacting me? So be very intentional about the time you spend with people and things, website, magazines. Be very, very intentional. Make sure you are choosing to do what you're doing and you're not just carried away by unintentional things. Yeah. And then secondly, the time secondly, listen to God. You know, God is our God, God is our guide, God is our Father. He's the best person to help us, on what we should do and how we should do what we should do. So when we're spending time with God, He leads us on the kind of relationships and the kind of things to do and form as well. And lastly, oh, listening to yourself is very, very important because you have a conscience and you have intuitions that guide your choice. As you form association with people and with things, let your heart, let your inner self guide you. Don't overlook yourself and don't underrate yourself. We would like to hear from you. Comment down below, like the video, share the video, and also subscribing to our channel helps us to more adequately communicate the word of God to you. Till next week Saturday, thank you and God bless.